Fox 35 News at 10 starts now.
Some late night storms are lighting up the radar in Central Florida right now. We just had a severe thunderstorm warning for Marion County right around Ocala. You can see that line of storms moving off to the east. Thanks for joining us tonight at 10. I am Hannah McKenzie, and I'm here in the Fox 35 Storm Center with meteorologist Ian Cassette. So Ian, these storms are kind of a sign to come for changes happening this week with our weather.
Yeah, this might be the best chance of rain that many of us get here as we're looking at this broken line of showers and storms. They've been moving out of North Florida and now moving into North Central Florida. Marion County, I've seen reports of people saying it feels like a hurricane just went through because these have been some stronger winds that we are seeing. So we do have still an active severe thunderstorm warning east. Now the heaviest of the storm, which is very electric, by the way, over 172 strikes here. Electra, fitting name, to Lynn, Bruceville. That's where we have the heaviest rain. It does appear that the wind would be the biggest risk with this storm, so there may be some downed branches and maybe some debris in your yard as you wake up to it tomorrow morning. But we're looking at heavy rain here, and this again may be our best chance of rain here, not just for tonight and tomorrow, but also just going forward as we really don't have much in the way of rain. So it's heading eastward about 30 miles per hour in Bluffton in the next half hour, De Leon Springs within the next 42 minutes if it holds together. So hopefully we don't get much of the severe weather and we just get the rain out of this. You can see looking north, there you go, there's the lightning, electric lightning here from the camera here, Hyatt, looking northward towards I-Drive and then towards the north towards Marion County where we do have that storm in the distance. So we do have these storms that are moving southward. Cooler air arrives. Look at the cooler air to the north. This is going to arrive tomorrow and then we're going to feel the difference. But most of us, the rain chances will be limited. I'm not high in the rain chances for tomorrow. This is probably our best chance of rain. We will see cooler weather tomorrow and then gradually warming back up with more dry weather to come. I'll break down this system and more on this week's weather coming up.
Thanks, Ian. We'll check in with you in a bit. Another entertainment district could be coming to downtown Orlando. It would have space for retail, entertainment, apartments, even a hotel. And that is a lot of things coming our way. So City Council tomorrow is scheduled to vote on this project's budget. Fox 35's Stephanie Buffamonte is live in downtown Orlando right now. So Stephanie, what's next for this big proposed project?
Yeah, so we are in front of the Kia Center. If you take a walk with me this way, right across the street, this is where the future home of the Magic Entertainment District could be. Now, if it is all approved by the city, construction could begin by the end of this year. And that city council meeting is tomorrow afternoon. Reporting live in Orlando, Stephanie Buffamonte, Fox 35 News.
Thanks, Stephanie. A man in his 20s is rushed to hospital after being shot tonight on Kingsland Avenue in the Pine Hills area. Orange County Sheriff's deputies responded to that area just before 5 p.m. We're told all parties remained on scene and deputies are still investigating what led up to the gunfire. A big story we are following. A missing 6-year-old from Melbourne is home safe tonight after police say these 4 women kidnapped him at knife point yesterday. Police believe the women are trying to leave the state with that child. Fox 35's Matt Trezza has been following this story. Out of Marion County, 2 people are dead after an early morning shooting. It happened near Southeast 132nd Place near Bellevue. Deputies arrived to the home to find the victims dead from apparent gunshot wounds.
All parties involved have been accounted for, and they are being interviewed by detectives. This was an isolated incident, so there is no further threat to the public with this incident.
The Marion County Sheriff's Office major crimes detectives continue to investigate tonight. Developing out of DeLand, multiple fire crews responding to this mobile home on Foxtail Court. These photos showing what's left of the home. No word yet on any injuries or the cause of that fire. Also in Volusia County, a violent crash shut down a busy road in DeBary this afternoon. The southbound lanes of Charles R. Bill Boulevard were closed at Savannah Street for several hours. You can see the wreckage of one of those cars involved. We are still working to learn if anyone was injured. New tonight, a 7-year-old boy is dead following an ATV accident. It happened earlier today in Putnam County at an off-roading park. FHP says an adult was driving and the child was sitting behind him when the ATV flipped, landing on the boy. He later died at an area hospital. So far, no charges have been filed. Right now, a hotel in Orlando has a gaping hole in the side of it after a CO2 tank exploded. The city shared these photos yesterday of the Best Western on Universal Boulevard. You can see the debris left behind, the cinder block walls blown straight off the building. Fortunately, no one was hurt in this. Officials are investigating as to what caused the CO2 tank to explode. Deputies conducting a traffic stop on a cyclist in DeLand find the rider in possession of child pornography. According to the sheriff's office, Joshua Job was riding his bike without a light, which is illegal. After further questioning, though, deputies found Job had slipped his ankle monitor off. He had also had a smartphone, which goes against his probation. It was on that phone deputies found the child porn. Job is now being held behind bars on no bond. Reports about suspicious transactions at a bank in Port Orange now has 3 men facing felony charges. Police tracked down the car they believed was linked to the activity. Inside, officers found all sorts of items used for identity theft and fraud, including more than 20 fake driver's licenses and checks written out to other people's names. They also found $24,000 in cash. All 3 suspects in that car are now at the Volusia County Jail. New tonight, the owner of Parliament House has announced a second venue opening in Orlando. This new location is planned for Orange Avenue in the Ivanhoe Village area. You can see it on the map. The signage is already installed on the building, and it includes the name PH Ivanhoe. And according to the owner, the venue will include a rooftop bar. Plans are still on track for the new downtown location of the Parliament House. The new location for that nightclub will be at Pine and Orange. There's no set date on when either location will open. The original Parliament House was iconic in the LGBTQ+ community. That location on Orange Blossom Trail closed back in 2020 after 45 years in business. Just ahead, Capitol Hill gets heated with a rare weekend full of work for lawmakers. The House passing a giant new foreign aid spending bill, but it comes with a lot of controversy. We explain why it has the new House Speaker back in the hot seat. Plus, when Florida attacks, Florida man sometimes attacks right back. A slew of close encounters of the gator kind, all caught on camera when we come back.
Hunter from Lake Mary, Tommy from Sanford. Fox 35 gave them all $500.
And you could be next. Starting Monday, watch Good Day Orlando, get the secret word, and enter it at fox35orlando.com.
The Good Day Orlando gift card giveaway. Watch Monday for your chance to win.
Add a little more to your morning.
With Good Day Orlando Extra.
More guests. The food truck wars have already begun.
More weather extras.
Good Day Orlando Extra.
Welcome back. A live look at Jerusalem behind me right now. Israel could be about to get a large boost of U.S. funding along with Ukraine and Taiwan after the House approved a $95 billion foreign aid package this weekend. As that package now moves to the Senate, pressure is mounting on the House Speaker, who's in hot water. Fox 35's Lucas Tomlinson explains why. Alrighty, let's take a live look now outside. This is Launchpad 40. Can barely see it at the port from our Epic Theater camera in Titusville there. Just a blinking light off in the distance. That is where a Falcon 9 rocket is scheduled for liftoff tomorrow. That is if the skies stay clear, which brings us to our meteorologist Ian Cassette. Ian, how's it looking? I know it's not looking great right now, so it's probably good that it's tomorrow and not tonight.
Yeah, I think tomorrow will be probably pretty good. We do have our chance of rain, but it will be limited tomorrow. We'll get into that. But here is what we have right now. Now, no longer do we have a severe thunderstorm warning for Marion County. We did have some heavy thunderstorms roll through Ocala, now moving eastward over the Ocala National Forest, east of Electra, which had a lot of electricity there with the lightning. We still have some lightning here and some heavier downpours moving eastward towards Camp Ocala and towards Alexander Springs and Astor, where we will have heavy rain and potentially even a little bit of hail with this, though I would imagine there'd be some melting lightning here, but we are looking at heavy rain here, and you're going to take all that you can get of it because you'll see our forecast. We don't really have much rain here over the course of the next week to week and a half, but this is moving eastward, heading into northern Lake County. We'll be into land potentially within the next 30 minutes, but it is moving eastward, and this is all part of a front. Now, this front has been sinking slowly to the south. There has been some scattered activity, but it does appear this is going downward, so I can't imagine that all this will hold together, but I still would keep an isolated rain chance. So this is going to be our best rain chance as it goes farther to the south, heading towards Lake County, farther southward into Volusia County as well, maybe even into Orange County here. It's quiet right now in downtown Orlando, but you can see right on the top of the screen there is the lightning from that storm, and we may get rain in Orlando. I'll show you in our forecast. You'll wake up to a slight chance of rain, but likely drier conditions for most of us early on in the morning. Temperatures in the 60s with cloudy skies, a little bit cooler to the north in Gainesville, 59 degrees. I'm expecting most of our rain to be overnight, where the lower rain chances will be tomorrow. Mostly cloudy and mild with temperatures in the 60s, but we're not going to warm up too much. So let's go into the forecast here. This is midnight, and you see that it is now well south of Ocala, but we do have potential for maybe more heavier downpours in southern Lake County near Claremont. Maybe some rain making it to Orlando, which if we could get some rain in Orlando, that would be helpful too as well. And then that rain would carry southward into Osceola County towards St. Cloud along the turnpike by 2 in the morning. As you wake up tomorrow morning, 6 in the morning, there's really not anything going on here. Mostly cloudy skies and dry with only a very slight chance of rain farther to the south. North wind takes over, and that's going to bring our temperatures down. Much cooler overall with those highs into the 70s. Probably not a whole lot of rain out of this either. If you get rain, you'd be lucky. If not, probably not going to see too much rain here over the course of next week. And it's been since April 11th. That is the last time that we had measurable rainfall at MCO in Orlando. It's been quite some time, and it looks to be continuing that way as our outlook here to end the month remains very dry. But for tomorrow, temperatures will climb into the upper 70s in Orlando. Daytona probably going to be barely hitting 70 degrees. Cloudy conditions are expected for the first part of the day, and then more sunshine in the latter half of the day, but much cooler here. 70s expected for tomorrow afternoon. That's going to feel good. We will warm up. Tuesday feels good. Low humidity through the first part of the week, and then mid to upper 80s return with another dry stretch of weather that carries into next weekend. Hannah?
Thanks so much, Ian. Up next, a problem property in Brevard is shut down, at least sort of. Why dozens of people were pulled out of this property and arrested. Details to this story and much more when we come back. Fox 35 News at 10 is just getting started. A known problem property in Brevard County is now condemned. Check out these photos. This is in Cocoa. 41 people were found living in several trailers here, 22 of whom were arrested. Deputies have been called out to this address on Peachtree Street 270 times over the last 6 years for all sorts of crimes. This latest call was a raid for drug possession and probation violation, among other crimes. Deputies say they're cracking down on properties just like this one.
That is a major strain on deputies, on resources, to have to go to one home for all of those calls.
Even though we were going out there and taking enforcement actions and answering these calls and arresting people and, finding drugs and doing all those things, those people were just coming back.
The address is part of the sheriff's high-intensity target list, which includes places that have historically been involved in criminal conduct. Just ahead tomorrow, we are celebrating Mother Nature in all her glory. How Walt Disney World is doing their part for Earth Day, using recycled glass to beautify the park. And before we go to break, we are saving you some cash with the Fox 35 Pump Patrol. Gas is $3.35 a gallon at the Citgo on Conway Road in Orlando. You can always find money-saving gas tips on our website, fox35orlando.com. Don't go anywhere.
Fox 35 News is brought to you by Morgan & Morgan, America's largest injury law firm. You're watching Fox 35 News at 10:30.
Welcome back. Trash becomes treasure at Disney World ahead of Earth Day tomorrow. The theme park is finding new ways to become more sustainable, and this time they're using recycled items to keep things beautiful. Fox 35's Stephanie Buffamonte shows us how it works. Developing now, you could soon be able to FaceTime an FHP trooper after a crash. The new pilot program only applies to minor fender benders. In order to use this program, the accident must involve no injuries, no roadblocks, and it cannot be the result of a hit and run or DUI. The call lets FHP virtually investigate the crash, so you don't have to wait around for a trooper to get to you in person.
We're going to ask them to show us the roadway so that we can look for any evidence that would be on the road. And then we would do an interview just like we would if we were face to face to say, okay, what happened? Tell us the circumstances surrounding the crash.
FHP expects these calls to take less than 15 minutes for each accident. This pilot program will run for 2 years. Just ahead, alligators were here in Florida long before we were. So we've got to figure out how to live peacefully with these big-toothed lizards. Some people have no problem just telling them to shoo. We're showing you some pesky ones caught on camera when we come back.
Fox 35 News is brought to you by Morgan & Morgan, America's largest injury law firm.
Hash browns are the French fries of breakfast.
Who says it's not French fries that are the hash browns of lunch and dinner?
That's also true.
Enjoy any two at McDonald's. Go for the sausage burrito or hash browns for just $2.79. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Enough with the gimmicky legal ads. In the courtroom, there's no time for gimmicks. If you want your case to be taken seriously, we believe you need lawyers that are taken seriously. We don't aim to be the loudest or the biggest. We aim to be the best. No gimmicks, just results.
Doesn't get easier than this. Buy more, save more. This week only at Cane's. Save $100 when you spend over $1,000, $200 when you spend over $2,000, and $500 when you spend over $3,000. Zip, zilch, zero interest until April 2027. Buy more, save more. Up to $500 more. That's easy money. Hurry in now through Monday. Only at Cane's Furniture. Get more for less.
Years ago, I did one of my first commercials right here in this room. In fact, it was the first time I said, everything I learned on their side, I'll bring to your side. And that's as true today as it was then. So if you've been in an accident, call me or visit toddminerlaw.com.
I was crashed into, and the insurance company only offered me a little money.
The insurance company should have to pay, but they often won't give up that money without a fight. I'll fight to make them pay.
Attorney Dan Newland was amazing. He won my case and made the insurance company pay me $510,000.
Our law firm has a winning record helping car accident victims, so if you've been involved in a car accident, call me Saturday or Sunday at 407-888-8000.
Thank you, Dan.
When looking at your meal, you must always make sure there's enough sauce for every single bite.
Enjoy every bite with a delicious deal like a McDouble or small fries for $3.79 at McDonald's.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Like them or not, gators are a normal part of living in the Sunshine State. Sharing space with these big beasts, though, definitely keeps things interesting. Fox 35's Chris Cato clamps down on some recent gator sightings that have people saying, only in Florida. Well, from gators to toads, when we come back, toxic toads are popping back up around the Sunshine State. Why you should care, especially if you own a furry friend. We'll be right back with more news, weather, and sports after the break.
Hunter from Lake Mary, Tommy from Sanford. Fox 35 gave them all $500.
And you could be next. Starting Monday, watch Good Day Orlando, get the secret word, and enter it at fox35orlando.com.
The Good Day Orlando gift card giveaway. Watch Monday for your chance to win.
Inside Central Florida's True Crime Files, streaming now on Fox Local.
Don't miss our payment reduction event going on now at Toyota Orlando and Toyota Claremont.
Across Florida right now, it's breeding season for a certain species of toxic toads. This is the cane toad. They're mostly found in South Florida, but there have been reports of them in Volusia and Lake counties. Why does it matter? Well, it's especially important for pet owners because these toads release a milky toxin that can kill animals in as little as 15 minutes without proper treatment.
Toads are nocturnal, so generally they're going to be out at nighttime. So what we recommend is that if you have time to get your dog fed and to the bathroom before it gets dark, have them out at that point because they're less likely to run into the toad.
Cane toads were introduced to Florida in the 1930s as a way to control pests destroying sugarcane crops, which didn't actually work. Now, if you see one, you're asked to call FWC, and if your pet gets involved with one, get to a vet immediately. Now for a quick live look over Daytona Beach from our Hard Rock Hotel camera. A weekend full of beautiful beach weather is coming to a close with some changes coming to our forecast. Ian, we've gone from like low 90s and upper 80s to a big change, right?
Yeah, it's going to be a big change here for tomorrow. Much more comfortable, though. I'm sure many have loved the warmth, and we had a really great weekend, another great weekend in the books. But we're looking at cooler weather for tomorrow, and it's all coming with a front. Now, that front has led to some storms here late this evening, and we're seeing those storms right now. We're looking at Marion County moving eastward into Volusia County, where we have some lightning. This was earlier a severe thunderstorm warning over Ocala. Now no longer severe, but still some heavy rain, some lightning, but we will take the rain. And trust me, you're going to want the rain here because we obviously have not had a whole lot of rain the past week or so, and we're likely to stay dry here as we round out the end of April. Our rain prospects aren't looking too good. So this cell is moving eastward towards DeLand, towards Volusia County. If this holds together, it would make it towards the coast near New Smyrna Beach, probably coming down a little bit, so it may become more of lighter showers, but I think the rain will still hold up together as it holds farther to the east. Elsewhere to the southwest, we do also have some showers over Fruitland Park and over the lakes, Lisbon to Fort Mason, getting some rain there as well. Now, this all is tracking slowly to the southeast, and we do have even more activity farther west in Citrus County, so we may still see a rain chance possible as far south as Claremont, Orlando, Apopka. Could see some rain if this holds together some. Do I think it will hold together? It's a little dicey, but there is a rain chance there through the late hours here of the night. This is midnight, rain running through Orlando, but it's probably going to be broken in coverage, so even if it passes through, won't likely add up to too much. If you're lucky, you get the heavier downpour, but most probably not. So that rain carries southward, and as we jump into tomorrow, really most of us are going to be dry on Monday. We wake up 7 a.m., it will be cloudy to the south, sunshine to the north, drier air is building in, and most of the day is going to be quiet and just cooler. It's going to be a pleasant afternoon with that north wind, a real nice day here as that low pressure system's to our east and the front is to our south, and that will lead to a great day. It's going to be very comfortable. Tomorrow morning, you'll wake up to 61 degrees in the Villages, a bit cooler in Gainesville, 59 degrees, 67 degrees with cloudy skies in Orlando. Winter Springs for tomorrow, mid-70s, very comfortable weather here with more sunshine into the afternoon. As I mentioned, not really great on the rain here. We're looking at probably, if you do see rain, if you're lucky, a tenth of an inch. Most of us probably not going to see rain here for tonight. Forecast highs, 71 degrees Daytona Beach with that north wind, 78 degrees in Orlando to 77 degrees in Bushnell. Coolest day we've had here in some time. Our front, it rolls out, it moves east. The low pressure system's out in the Atlantic, and then high pressure builds in, and this will set the tone for the week, leading to more dry weather and also a bit cooler weather to begin the week, though I would expect the 80s to make a quick return here. Your 7-day forecast backed up to 84 degrees by Wednesday and seasonable with sunshine to end the week going on into next weekend.
Looking like a perfect week ahead. Jessica Ely's dressed for it, just bright like the sun, Jess.
Yes, we're both bright. We have pink and orange.
We're ready for these summer conditions, right? Well, we're also ready for the Sports Zone because it's coming up next. I know a lot of stuff's been going on, so just top us off.
Well, the Magic are back at it tomorrow for Game 2. After dropping Game 1 on Saturday, the Magic will fight to not go down 2 games in the series. Why Jamal Mosley believes his team can bounce back. Plus, the Orlando Solar Bears take Game 1 on the road at Greenville to open postseason play. Find out how they got it done next in the Fox 35 Sports Zone.
The high-low temperatures on Fox 35 News are sponsored by T-Mobile, America's largest 5G network.
Welcome to the Fox 35 Sports Zone. I'm Jessica Ely. The NBA unveiled its end-of-season award finalist, and Magic head coach Jamal Mosley is in the running for Coach of the Year. He's a big reason why the Magic made a big jump this season. Now he'll try to lead his team into a Game 2 victory at Cleveland. Still ahead, a wild finish at Talladega Superspeedway gives Michael Jordan his first win as team owner. Highlights from the Geico 500 after the break.
Will my soccer game be canceled?
Thunderstorms around Florida tonight, but in the Orlando area, soccer games should be a go.
Noah knows. Weeknights on Fox 35.
Welcome back. Racing on super speedways is always unpredictable and eventful. We got both this afternoon as NASCAR returned to Talladega for the Geico 500.
Very cool out there.
So it's cool because Michael Jordan in basketball, NBA playoffs, but then he also just won.
He's moved into all these different arenas.
Yeah.
Really neat. I also never understand the celebration. Who wants to get all sticky like that?
I mean, if you just won, I don't think it matters.
Yeah, I guess. Okay, so back to the Magic. We're all super excited about that. The team, how are they looking?
Okay, they didn't
realistically.
They didn't look good on Saturday. They didn't. Their shots weren't falling in. I think it was just nerves, but they're settled in. I would assume that they're settled in. Jalen, he was talking today about how, everyone's nervous, a little bit, but we got that out of us, and now we're ready for Game 2, which is tomorrow.
We're ready for Game 2. We're tuning in. That does it for us. We'll see you then. Bye, guys.